Bill Maher had right-wing podcaster Patrick Bet-David on in a contest of who can you dislike more, where he had him seemingly squirming with a basic question while also being absolutely tilted off a couple drinks, where he asked him just simply, who are you going to vote for? And Patrick Bet-David responds in a way that highlights a theme you see throughout MAGA, where it seems they're scared to stand on voting Trump without first trying to character assassinate or poison the well about Democrats. So let's take a look at what he had to say, and then we'll take a deep dive.
Can I just ask you a simple yes or no question?
Yeah.
Not exactly yes or no, but who are you voting for?
I'm voting for whoever allows me to make decisions more and not somebody that
What?
decides what's good for me or not.
Bro, we're not in a debate here.
No, the
What-
left
I asked you a
forced
yes
the
or no.
vaccine.
Wait a second.
The state of
We-
California and
we-
the industry you're in force you to take the vaccine.
So you don't know who you're voting for?
I'm voting for whoever allows me to have more freedom with the choices I make.
And you don't know that yet?
It's definitely not going to be Biden.
Well, then it would be Trump, wouldn't it?
If it's between the two choices,
What? But look at you.
are you kidding me? It's not even a close call,
But
by
the
the
fact
way.
that you just can't own it is very weird, man. You know, this like, who are you voting for? Well, the Constitution says.
Okay, that's honestly absolutely hilarious. The impersonation is spot on, and I think it'd make a fire skit, though Maher's history with skits is, well, spotty at best. Now, parading around like the right is the party of freedom is just hilarious, stupid, ignorant, whatever the right word is for it. Maybe it's that for straight white men and their subservient wives, except the women aren't really free there either. But where is the freedom for parents who don't agree with thousands of books being banned and orchestrated by a couple people? Where is the freedom for parents of LGBTQ children? Where is the freedom for pregnant women, SA victims who don't want to carry to term in Texas? Where is their freedom? But what I really want to focus on isn't just the irony or stupidity in that, but his complete inability to just say, yes, I voted for Trump. Here's what he does that I like. It's all, well, the left bad. And quickly to preface, because I can already smell MAGA in my comments, I disagree with plenty of what Joe Biden does and his policies. And if you follow my channel, you know I'm quite to the left and more progressive than he is. But I support him versus Trump, and I can list accomplishments to stand on. To name a few, and then to get back to the point of the video, the American Rescue Plan with the child tax credit that cut child poverty in half. It gave tax incentives to states to expand Medicaid, which allowed for 3 million more seniors to get insurance, the Inflation Reduction Act, which capped insulin at $35 a month and cut drug prices by 70%, the bipartisan gun bill that made some pretty common sense gun laws federal rather than leaving it up to states. But for the right, it's all about creating these caricatures of issues and things that the left is not really trying to do, but they'll say it and then attacking those instead of standing on any real policy because, surprise, surprise, they don't have any. They don't have any solutions. If you ask them for solutions, it's I don't know. Instead, it's all like, oh, trans women in sports and parents are turning kids gay and we should burn books if we don't like them, which normal everyday Americans just don't think about and don't care about. And it doesn't solve any of their problems. I guarantee their struggles day in and day out, largely due to capitalism, have nothing to do with a colorful book being in their child's school. This is why these problems are isolated to such a minority group in the Republican Party, because they're not real issues. I know, groundbreaking idea. They don't exist outside of these bubbles of confirmation bias. And what Patrick Bet-David does here is just take a long-winded approach of explaining why every single person votes the way they do. Everybody votes along their values, and for the person who aligns best with their beliefs, like, just say who you're voting for, my guy. Anyone who watches your podcast knows, but when he's asked this simple question by somebody who's outside of that realm of confirmation bias and somebody who might give him some pushback, he has to go instantly into defensive debate mode. And there's something to be said about people who are defensive when they're not being attacked. It's because they're not confident in their positions. This guy, like most right-wingers, probably only likes Trump because they want to own the dirty libs and they try to raise our taxes and we don't like left-wingers. And Trump just embodies that, especially for this dude who's a rich corporate boy and man and whatever, and probably just loves the tax cuts that Trump gave him and how it saved him a couple $100,000 and $1 million, all at the expense of the middle class, of course. This is a party where this minority group, this extreme minority group, though, is making it to the positions of power. And that's where the problem starts to arise. Sure, extremism does exist on both sides, and it's a problem on both sides when it exists, but the left isn't electing extremists to power like you see on the right. You ask right-wingers for examples of who's the far left extreme left-wingers, and they'll say like, AOC, she supports green energy and says climate change is real. That's so radical. Even though her actual voting record in Congress is like slightly left of moderate, honestly, like a lot of progressives are mad at the way that she votes in Congress, but on the right, that makes you extreme. And on the right, you're also seeing people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, and a new MAGA face rising every week that they try to rationalize as not extreme, even though they're not willing to work at all, like to compromise, to do anything. They just want their demands. And their demands in many cases don't even benefit the average everyday American. Rather, they're rich corporate donors. And even those within the party, those voting Republican, not even the elected officials within the party, even those who are fully in support of these actions, know how wrong it is, even if it's just subconsciously. And that's why they jump so quick to be defensive or trying to point the finger elsewhere or poisoning the well the second they get challenged past a surface level. If you ask a MAGA voter to name 3 Trump policies they like, the most common response you're going to get is, oh, Sleepy Joe. Oh, he sniffs children. And what policies do you see from him that you like? Or just something stupid like that without naming any policies. They might go, oh, tax cuts and border, even though Trump didn't really do anything on either of those, like some temporary tax cuts that benefited the rich. And such a good thing. But either way, people just go off vibes and emotions and not off efficiency and policy. And this is what we on the left need to continuously highlight. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.